Hello, welcome to Hike, Bike, Sleep, Repeat. Today's episode is all about the Trans Catalina Trail. I have two challenges in this adventure. Number one, completing the almost 39-mile trail, and number two, completing this almost 39-mile trail with my wife and two teenage daughters. Stay tuned till the end to see if we complete it, and enjoy the Trans Catalina Trail. There you go. What does that mean?
Come on,
You don't have, that's it?
That's it. Do you need a map?
Yeah, we would like a map. Here is a view of the island, a 3D view, and what we can do is we can kind of zoom in here and we can show you exactly the trail that we went on. So we start right here. Here's where the boat comes in, and we go up this canyon. You hit this hill right here, and you pretty much go straight up, right to here. And that is a pretty tough hike. It was a lot warmer than we expected at the time. So it was a pretty tough hike for Maddie and myself. And just follow this ridge line. And like I said, it ends up being about 11 miles, a little over 11 miles. You're on some trails and you're also on some fire roads. And they're very steep. There's not a lot of switchbacks on this trail. So some of these hills get really steep and you just kind of go straight up. There's not a lot of switchbacks. You can see right across and you kind of have an idea that this is where the Black Jack Campground is. So you get over here and you skirt this line here and then you get to Black Jack Campground right here. We're about 10 minutes in and I've already lost everybody. The cool thing about the Trans Catalina Trail is that there's so many different ways to complete it. For example, today Maddie and myself are hiking, and Julia and Sarah get to take a cab to campground number 1. How you feeling so far? We've gone approximately nowhere.
Can I have a funnel cake? Can I have strawberries and whipped cream?
Permit required. Go for it, Maddie.
Ooh, that looks pretty good.
Better than Disneyland.
Yeah. We're getting a little bit irritated at Maddie and my dad because we have to get firewood, sunscreen,
Beer and ice?
beer, and ice.
I don't know if we're gonna get that.
Because, and then after we get off the taxi, we have to hike, what, a mile and a half with all the stuff we just got, so. Yeah, they're gonna be really babies after their 10 miles.
It's definitely warm out today. You know, we were worried about the weather and the wind, and so far we've gotten zero wind. We could use some wind. Sunday it's supposed to be pretty windy though, so we'll see. But we're having a great time. We feel pretty good, and the big climb is over. So now we just gotta put in some miles and get to camp. Yep. How you feeling?
I'm good.
So we know what this is. This is the first gate. So we now know for sure we're in Bison country. Trans Catalina Trail, go through gate. Don't go that way. Go through gate. So we are probably about halfway through our hike today. Maddie, how you doing? How you feeling? A little warmer than we expected too, right? We got great views. We got the ocean.
We're here. Our taxi driver let us go to this Vista Point. So pretty. Look, I think you can kind of see.
You can see the mainland out there. Oh, it's super high. There's like bikers. Sounds awful, but it's so pretty. Sarah
Totally
is
comfortable.
holding her bag, but and there's like no good way of holding it. We have no idea how long we've gone, but we only have to do 1.5 miles. We are almost at the campsite. We had to leave the firewood because we could not carry it any further. It was like awkward and weird. And now we are in the campsite. Woohoo! Bison!
Where?
Just kidding.
Oh, Maddie. She yelled bison. We're so excited to see bison. We'll probably see them all the next couple of days. It won't even be a big deal, but as of right now we haven't seen any. That thing is large and in charge. We're at exactly halfway. Well, pretty close. 5 miles in, and we're at, I'm not sure the name of this place, but this is a place to water up. So right off the start from our break, straight up a hill. Pretty good one too.
Went out to a group of random strangers that are backpacking too, and asked them for sunscreen. Like he said, can I have a glob of sunscreen? Who says glob anymore? Anyways, I can't seem to decide how I want my hat on my head. I'm also gonna get my double chin. Don't worry, I'll be the comedy. Oh god, the guy's catching up behind us. Don't worry, I'll be the comedy part of this video for you all. Miley, okay.
Pretty tree, little shade tree before we go up our last hill. Let me see, man. Let me see. So they got this nice little bench here made out of all these. Get up, man. All these trail signs.
Well done. Is that what you recorded me?
Yeah, I was like, I'm not gonna say anything. She was so excited. Mile 10. We made it.
Yeah, I'm really hungry.
We made it in really good time. Look at this campsite. We got number 1 at Blackjack. We saw.
We almost got eaten by one.
What you did?
Sarah and I.
What?
That's part of my story.
Okay, hold on. Let us.
It's crazy.
Oh my gosh, this is great. All right, so tell us about the bison. Where were you at?
We were not on the trail. We were off-roading, going down some brush and trees, and this something, bison probably, sounded like a horse. It was like, oh, and then
What did Sarah do?
Sarah grabbed my arm and said, we gotta go. And we like ran down. Like there's cactus on both. Oh, and I told
attacked this thing out of my leg, too, and it hurt, and I wanted to sleep it.
Well, we got a great campsite.
But it was so funny.
Okay, so here's one side to the east. And that's the mainland over there. I think maybe you could see some. That's the full moon. It's unbelievable. And then
Oh,
to
my
the
hair!
west
Wait, okay, that's fine.
is this sunset. That's, I mean, I don't know if it gets any better than this.
So it was like, we left the wood down there. And
Wait, we gotta preface this.
it was heartbreaking because we hiked up.
Wait,
with our
where did you leave the
packs
wood? In the middle of the
down
road?
In the middle of the road, down 1.5 miles, because we couldn't carry it with our big, huge packs. So we left the
we're
wood.
packing mules.
We packed mules. Apparently, that's what we know now. Dropped our bags off at camp, and we went back down the hill 1.5 miles. And then we noticed our wood was missing. And that was probably the worst part of the day. Thinking
But I thought we were talking about the best part of
we had one job just to get wood. And then we're like, well, who would have taken our wood?
But it ended up being a
And
great
yeah.
lady.
So then we're walking, wait, here's a lady. And we're like, hey, did you happen to see, in a car, did you happen to see any wood? She's like, oh my God, yeah, I saw your wood. And she took it back up to her camp, but we got to get it from her camp and bring it back. So we didn't even have to carry it up a mile and a half. So that was pretty
That was great.
We were
Oh, I didn't
skipping.
realize that.
The best part and the worst part of your day today.
All right, my best part was, I think I have to say, doing that hike with my daughter, Maddie. I was really surprised because I was a little nervous, and she really hammered it out. And we had some nice talks. It was long, and it was good. The worst part, 11 miles, some serious uphills, but it was all in all a pretty great day.
Traps hurt.
Oh, yeah, my traps hurt. Oh, I don't even know why they're so sore. But we had a great day.
Filled up.
All right, Maddie, best and worst for day one.
The worst one was probably the way down. The second to last mountain.
That's no joke. We were like,
Because my
oh, we're
toes,
going
I thought
down,
they're
but then it
gonna
was
fall
like,
off.
oh, this really
I hope
hurts.
I hope we don't lose a toenail.
And
She
then
might.
the best part was probably eating this Gatorade chews because they were really refreshing.
Which is so funny because everyone's like, hey, I don't know about these Gatorade chews, but they loved them. Julia, best and worst for day one.
The best was taking a nap on that cot.
You were out.
It was cold, but it was great.
Julia, we got a cot for Sarah.
And it's over there. It's right there. It's still right there.
All right.
But
and
it's
we'll,
on the
we'll
floor.
show it to you guys later. But
And then
we
the
had it
worst
outside, and
was
Julia just
everything.
crashed out on it outside, and she was
There was squirrels eating at her toes.
and she didn't even care. All right, go ahead, Julia. What's the worst?
How heavy our backpacks were because we're packing.
Okay, so and the story goes that
That everyone shoved their stuff in Sarah and I's bag because we only had to hike 1.5 miles, but really it turned into 5. So.
So, it's our first morning. We're in Black Jack Campground. A little breezy today. There's a wind advisory, but not where we are. Like I can see up there, the wind's blowing pretty good, but we're in our campsite. It's perfect. There's no wind at all. It's nice. The sun's coming up. It's warming up real quick. Probably ditch this beanie, put on a hat. We're gonna go to Airport in the Sky. There's a DC3 grill that does breakfast burritos and burgers if you want. I'm sure we'll probably do breakfast burritos. And then head down to Little Harbor today. So Little Harbor will be our destination today. And then tomorrow is the big day. But we met a lady, and I will put her information here. Catalina, I'll have to look for her card. She gives her card. But it's a gear transport service that you can use here on the Catalina Trail, which would be a great way if you're not an experienced backpacker to do this trail. They basically take your camping gear from campsite to campsite for you. She told us about a service out of Two Harbors, from the Two Harbors Visitor Center, that will do a piece-by-piece transport of your gear from Little Harbor to Two Harbors. So I'm thinking we might try them out. We're going to call them this morning, see what their prices are. And my big backpack converts into 2 backpacks. One is a day pack, so I'll put all of our waters in there, and then tomorrow we'll do Little Harbor to Two Harbors without all of our packs, which will be kind of nice for everybody. And then from Two Harbors we'll have to carry our packs out to Parsons Landing. So, but man, what a morning. The sun's popping out over that mountain. It's beautiful.
Keep an eye out for episode 2 of the Trans Catalina Trail, where we travel from Black Jack Campground to Little Harbor Campground. I really hope you enjoy these videos and find them useful. And if you're ever looking to do the Trans Catalina Trail, leave a message in the comments and I'll get back to you with any information that I can to help out. Don't forget, subscribe, hit that notification button, and we'll see you in episode 2.